This is the journey to one Africa. But what if we don't have problem? But what if we don't have this crisis that we talk about today? So when you look at the NGO, and for instance, I'm just giving you this as an example. It's not a topic that I'm going to talk today, but when you look at the NGOs, international NGOs in Africa, they're basically here to solve these issues. They're here because of these problems that are happening. So ask yourself this: if these issues will be eradicated, that means these NGOs will no longer have a problem. Okay, for instance, there's a lot of foreign NGOs that are dealing with HIV in Africa. And only in Africa, it seems like HIV, it's extreme. Only here in Africa. Some other parts of the world, you don't really hear that. And perhaps there's even a cure for HIV. But you will never get to know that. You'll never get to get that because this is the business for a lot of people. And if we get to eradicate HIV, if we get free from HIV, it means all these NGOs that are here specifically to deal with that issue, they no longer have a problem to solve. They no longer have have a mission to accomplish, because mission has already been accomplished. So in order for these NGOs to have work here done in the continent, in order for them to get loans and aids and funds to run their mission here in the continent, there must be a chaos. There must be a crisis. So when you look at the NGOs, sometimes you might be happy, you might be rejoicing that, oh, we have this, they're helping us, they're here, but you have to think the bigger picture. You have to look at the bigger picture, that they're not there to help you. No, they are there because there's a problem. Behind that NGO, there's a problem, and behind that NGO, there's an agenda. If that problem disappears, this NGO is no longer gonna be needed in the country. And in order for them to stay there, for whatever benefits that they want to be there, they must create chaos. Chaos must be there, even if not them to create, but there must be chaos there for them to pick up the pieces. In order for them to write a report, in order for them to write the work that they've done and to get funds that they always want. So you have to think about that. So the presence of NGO in the continent, it doesn't mean that you have a lot of international bodies that they like you, they love you, and they want to support you. It means you have a lot of problems that are not yet solved. You have unresolved issues. You have unsolvable problems. And in order for those NGOs to stay there, they must have a problem to solve, to deal with. And that's why I say this, I don't see a problem as a problem, but I see it as an opportunity. Because when you look at the Africa, and when you look at what are the problems we're facing in Africa, then the giant of them all, you say, is leadership. So if the problem is leadership, then I see that as an opportunity. If you're a businessman, right, and you're thinking about what kind of business should I do, don't just look at your neighbor, what he's doing, and go ahead do the same exact thing what they're doing. Don't look at one man who is successful because he was doing something and you want to do that. You feel and you think that you're going to be successful. What you have to look on when you want to have a business, or when you have to do something to generate money or wealth, you have to look at the problem. You have to ask yourself, in this society that I'm living in, what are the problems we're facing? And you must come with the solution. So your business has to be a solution to a problem that is there. Your business has to be the answer to the problem that is there. You have seen the problem, but every single problem deserves a solution. Every single question deserves an answer. So you have to be an answer to the existing problem. So when I look at the leadership, that's the same thing that I would talk to African leaders, that when you are a leader, you must look at your country and look at what are the problems my country are facing. What are the problems my country is facing? And after realizing that problem, you as a leader, you must be a solution to those problems. And you must be an answer. You have to be an answer to those questions that have been asked in the country. So in Africa, when you come, a lot of problems, a lot of issues that we're facing are just basic needs: food, shelter, clothing, education, electricity. All those are basic needs. So as a leader, when as someone who you are eager to be a leader, as someone who is eager to be somebody in the country, lead a nation or to lead people, you must analyze these problems, and you have to ask yourself honestly, deep inside your heart, can I solve these problems? Am I the answer? Do I have a strategies to solve these questions and these problems that are there? And if you are not going to be the answers to the question asked and a solution to the problems that are existing in the country, then you don't deserve to be a leader. You don't even think of becoming a leader, because you're going to be frustrated, because you cannot bring a solution. And when you look at, the case of Congo, for over 3 decades, I've been saying this for a long time, and now you have this M23 keep attacking the city of Sake, this village of Sake, and people are moving actually away, are running away from there. They're heading towards Goma, but there are predictions that M23, they're actually heading towards Goma. And you're asking yourself that this has been going on for 3 years, but these guys that keep occupying different towns and different cities in Congo, and they keep approaching, to other safe places that were considered to be safe. Goma is where a lot of Congolese were running to when issues were erupting. A lot of people, they're running there because it was safe, but now it is no longer going to be safe. And I have a lot of friends, I was actually blaming them. A lot of Congolese friends who are living outside, who do not want to come back home, and I was blaming them. But I understand, if you go through something like this for 3 decades plus, and you know that my life, I'm working this hard, I'm working this hard, I'm studying this hard, but I know one day in the future I'm going to be killed with my own people. Then run for your life. Find a better place to live.